What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. We got our first inductee into the 2022 Hall of Fame.
Hey.
And it is The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Dallas.
Hey, player.
Dallas, Texas. Of course, you know that it's Texas. So it's fitting to have The Undertaker go into the Hall of Fame this year. And I was like, oh, that is perfect. There are some people that were sitting there saying that The Undertaker should be one of the few people and one of the only people that could be in a class by himself. Like they should only do
I
one
think
induction.
he is. Have you seen what they're doing?
No, I have not.
They're having it after Smackdown for an hour.
Well, no. Now hold on, because they've been doing that for the past couple of years. Where
After Smackdown?
oh yeah, well after Smackdown, well, what's the one that Bret Hart got attacked on?
No, that's when SmackDown wasn't on Fridays back that time.
Okay, but they last year they had it after Smackdown also.
No, they had on Thursday. It was Thursday Hall of Fame, then it was WrestleMania Friday, and then it was WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. And then later they have WrestleMania Backlash.
I don't necessarily know, but if that's the case, how do y'all feel about that?
That's stupid.
That was stupid.
You mean like, how do you feel about what? Undertaker being by himself,
Like,
or the Hall of Fame just?
I mean, I don't like the form of the Hall of Fame, but I'm saying, but him being in a class all by himself.
Now, him being in class, that will make sense. He'll probably be the only one. I think him and Andre maybe the only people.
Yeah, because Andre was in a class all by himself.
Yeah, Andre
He was
the first.
really? It was just.
It was
the first.
just
93.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All by himself.
They made it like because Andre died, basically.
Oh, okay. I
So
don't know if I would do that though.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, yes, but
I'm not saying it's like it's the worst thing that could ever happen.
But then I'm also thinking about some of the other people. I'm just like, so because you can't tell me this ain't gonna turn his like. You mean tell me Hulk Hogan won't say that he feels like he should be in a class
for sure.
He should be in a class by himself, or Stone Cold should be in a class by himself.
Well, I would put everybody I'll put more people in, but if they're gonna do it the way that they said it's gonna be an hour after SmackDown, then you only have time for like one or two people.
Yeah, or it could be an hour after SmackDown, and then I mean, if that's the case, it could be a class all by itself. Me personally, I still think I like personally seeing I like seeing the headliners, and I like seeing people go into the class. And yes, you do have those rare superstars that can go in and you can make a case for them to be a class by themselves. But then also, all the ways they've done the Hall of Fame, even when they put the Legacy Awards in there, I call them the black and whites because nobody knows who they really are unless you're like really into wrestling. They just throw like 5 of them in there because you're all supposed to be in the Hall of Fame, but we can't put you in as a single thing because nobody gonna know who you are. Type thing. You still gotta get those out, and I'm still pushing for my guy Vader. There's still guys out there. I'm like, it's like this is the wrestling All-Star Weekend. This is their celebration. It's their All-Star Weekend mixed with their Super Bowl. They have the big event on Sunday, and then of course the Hall of Fame. I understand the pandemic has changed a lot of things like that also, but having Undertaker in the class all by himself, I mean, I'm indifferent to it.
They should just do it on Thursday, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, on one side, I do like it because you can have a lot of people induct him, and they just don't have to be just one. And I think you get his greatest rivals to induct him, which is Mick Foley, which is Kane.
I would say Kane, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker.
I
I mean, Kane, Shawn Michaels, and
don't say
Triple H.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Triple H.
No. Look. What
you fought somebody 3 times at Mania. It's kind of like you got to.
Okay. You think Triple H is a bigger rival to Undertaker than Mankind?
He's not a bigger rival, but he's one of his better rivals. But Mankind should be on that too.
Top 5. He's in top 5, and they put out a list. Oh no, they put out a list. I heard an opinion, somebody's list of who they think the top 5 Undertaker rivalries were. I agree with them, but I would switch one of them. Number 5, Triple H. Number 4, Brock Lesnar. Number 3, Kane. Number 2, Shawn Michaels. Number 1, Mick Foley.
I put Brock last.
Say what?
I'll put Brock last.
I would switch Brock with Triple H, and I would switch Kane with Shawn Michaels. So I would be Foley, Kane, Michaels, Triple H, Lesnar. That's how I would do it. Okay. But still, Mick Foley is the greatest rivalry the Undertaker's ever had, because he was the only threat the Undertaker ever had when he came into the night. He beat him twice when he first debuted. Then they had, the Boiler Room Brawl. They had all those matches in '96, the Buried Alive matches, which he helped bring new matches there. And then, of course, we can't forget about the Hell in a Cell. We can't forget about the Hell in a Cell of him throwing him all down. So that shit is still iconic. Triple H and Undertaker having 3 WrestleMania matches in one, they don't even acknowledge it was kind of overkill, to be honest with you. But and Shawn Michaels had the 2 great matches with Undertaker, and of course the first Hell in a Cell with him. Kane is the kayfabe brother, and Lesnar he whipping his ass. So it would be cool to see Mick Foley and Kane and Shawn Michaels and probably Triple H, all kind of induct him into Hall of Fame if he's in the class by himself. But I still would like to see him in there with other lower Hall of Famers as well. That's why I like about the whole WrestleMania weekend. And
I could kind of see them, maybe if they don't do that, the only televised part will be Undertaker, and then everybody else will just get some kind of package on Peacock.
I can see that happening also.
Where it's not like he's completely by himself. And there are others, but we're not really giving them any airtime kind of deal.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
I mean, I don't want to see I don't want to see nobody mess it up. I don't want to see Undertaker and Coco Beware. Well, somebody of that caliber.
Well, I agree with you. If you're going to put Undertaker in the Hall of Fame, I mean, I would surround him with. It don't even have to. First of all, it don't even have to be a mega class. Sometimes they overkill. They try to stuff as many people in there in the class.
Yeah.
But say if they wanted to have Vader and Mickey James, and maybe to think of a tag team, just to think of a tag team off the top of my head. Can't do the Hardys, can't do the Dudleys.
World's greatest tag team? I don't know.
No, it wouldn't be World's greatest tag team. But even if y'all wanted to do Demolition, which should have been in there, but just to have even just those 4 is a solid Hall of Fame class to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do your black and whites and then call it a day. You don't have to necessarily go overkill with all, I gotta put this person in, put this person in. You can do it.
No, I mean, I feel like the format of having your headliner, a tag team, a woman, in a single performer is fine. You don't have to, put 8 people in. It's fine.
You're right. And you can do that. Or you can even put Lex Luger in there. I heard Booker, she talk about Lex Luger. I'm like, sure, but
that would mess up the class for me.
that because I don't need Lex Luger to come out there and point out his Bible and all this stuff like that. So I don't.
I don't need him to be rolled out there. This wheelchair.
Literally. But I had to see more how it plays out because WrestleMania is when April 2nd or 3rd, so there is time still to announce more inductees, and they did just have the Undertaker part on SmackDown. And
don't they usually do the first one at the Rumble?
Say what?
Don't they usually do the first one at the Rumble?
Yeah, usually around that time.
So he might be the only one since it's Elimination Chamber, but we'll see.
I mean, was his name released at the Rumble?
No, it was released.
No, it was at
it was
Elimination
released
Chamber.
at Elimination
Right.
Chamber. I'm saying they usually do it at the Rumble.
Yeah,
way
so
before.
I guess Limited Chair because the Rumble is the first time they had 2 pay-per-views in January, which is stupid. But so you never know that they may release another one on SmackDown or next week or whatever the case may be. I mean, the Hall of Fame news come out the 2K news.